In this segment of Next Windows Microsoft News, Direct Storage API from the Xbox Velocity architecture is coming to Windows PCs. Xbox is going to TGS, or the Tokyo Game Show. The new Nvidia 30 series graphics cards are finally out. And lastly, Surface Hub 2S gets Windows 10 Pro and Windows 10 Enterprise editions. Now, before I jump into the news, let me remind you of the videos I have uploaded for the past 2 weeks. Some of them including Surface Duo videos and also some Xbox news as well. Now let's jump into it. And with the first news topic of this week, Microsoft is bringing their Direct Storage API to Windows 10 PCs that run NVMe storage. But basically, the Direct Storage API is what the Xbox next-gen consoles, the Series X mainly, is using to make loading times much faster with their special NVMe storage drive. Now, that is why Microsoft is thinking about bringing it over to NVMe storage PCs in the near future, so that way we also as PC gamers can also access faster speeds and more optimized speed. Now, if you're asking yourself, what is the Xbox Velocity architecture? I did a video on that I will also link right in front of you. But in general, this Direct Storage API, what it does is essentially allows the game that is optimized for it to load much faster, almost like, I think they said almost zero loading times on a lot of games, which could be amazing for those open world games, but I'm kind of skeptical, but that is what it is. It will only support PCs that are running those games off of NVMe storage drives. So if you have that Samsung Evo 970 Pro and regular and all those other NVMe storages, it could work. However, the game has to support this Direct Storage API. Now, a direct quote from Microsoft saying, "Direct Storage will bring best-in-class I/O tech to both PC and console, just as DirectX 12 Ultimate does with rendering tech. With this direct storage capable PC and a direct storage enabled game, you can look forward to vastly reduced load times and virtual worlds that are more expansive and detailed than ever." Direct storage should make loading times much faster, especially for those bigger AAA games that are open world like Destiny and Skyrim and, all Grand Theft Autos and all of those games out there, Horizon Zero Dawn and so on. So let's hope that it works really well. Next up, a short one on the list, Xbox is going to TGS, and TGS stands for the Tokyo Game Show. The Tokyo Game Show takes place September 24th through Sunday, September 27th, and opening the event will be Microsoft. They'll be showing off more Flight Simulator to the Japanese audience and also supporting their Japanese developers as well. So stay tuned for that stuff in the future. Next up, with a little more minor news, if you are one of the few 2% souls that has a Surface Hub 2S, you can now run Windows 10 Pro or Windows 10 Enterprise on it as well. So you can get that started and enjoy that if you can. And jumping into the final story, lastly, Nvidia announced their 30 series RTX cards, and wow, they look amazing. So one thing you'll need to get to note is that if you're wondering for the price right off the bat, the price starting here is for the 3090 down to the 3070. The price for the 3090 is $14.99 US. The 3080 is $6.99 US, and the 3070 is $4.99 US. People thought it would go a lot higher, so I think it's about all right. Now, the specs for each of these cards is as followed. So for the 3090, you have a 24 gigabyte GDDR6X card. Obviously, it's $14.99 and it comes out September 24th. For the 3080, you get yourself 10 gigabyte GDDR6X card, and it also comes out September 17th. And then lastly, you have the 3070, which is about 8 gigabyte GDDR6, not X, and that runs at $4.99, and it's available in October. No exact date in October was announced. You also have the platform partners such as Asus and Gigabyte and all those other companies creating their custom cards for that will be overclocked. So you can get those as well, but these are for the Founders Edition prices, and so far they're kind of high, but they're not that bad. I'm really looking forward to seeing how 24 gigabytes of GDDR6X video memory will work out, because it it just sounds super spicy, and that's so much power to have, raw power to have. Now, I'll link you guys to, in the future, a Linus Tech Tips video, most likely of him covering the detailed specs of the RTX cards, the 30 series cards, because they tend to do that. So stay tuned for that whenever that gets released, but I will share that on Twitter as well. And I'll probably just do a little icon thing in the corner of the information on this video so that you guys can take a look at that. But that is about it for this week's Microsoft news. I don't do this every week just because there's not always a whole lot of interesting news going on in the tech world, but this week was a special one. Now, before I close out for this video for you guys, I'll let you know that the Surface Duo comes out next week, the 10th. And you're probably going to see reviews from the big tech guys, MKBHD, iJustine, and so on, Unbox Therapy, Dave Lee, and so on, talking about it and doing their actual breakdown. Just note, take it with a grain of salt, just because they can only do hardware. They might try to sprinkle in some software, but I heard the NDA for them is they can only talk about the hardware of the device in their review. So let's hope and see what happens. I will get the device in the near future, but probably not right away next week. So enjoy your Surface Duos next week. I'll talk more about it on Monday or Tuesday. Tuesday is when I upload. I'll talk more about it, and take care, everybody.